What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is the Jose Show. Happy Monday. All right, so unfortunately, it's not a really happy Monday, especially for all of the Los Angeles people out there that unfortunately are the victims of these horrible wildfires that are going on right now. And I really do send my hearts and prayers to all of the people that got affected. And I also send my hearts and prayers to all of the firefighters that are busy trying to get all of the fire out. It must be such a devastating and hard job just having to try to get all of these fires out, man, especially with these devastating Santa Ana winds that are still going on, unfortunately. Jesus Christ, these past 12 days into the new year, unfortunately, have been so devastating and have been so crazy that I really cannot believe it, man. But I do pray that things get better as the year goes by, that's for sure. But anyways, let's get on with the first topic of the day. So let's talk about Meghan Markle. So Meghan Markle's focused on helping Angelenos recover from the devastating wildfires in the area, so much so that her new Netflix show is being postponed until March. So the streaming giant announced the news Sunday, releasing a statement to their website that explains they've decided to push back the first season of the show with Love Meghan at the request of the Duchess of Sussex. So the show has been described by some outlets as a love letter to the beauty of Southern California, so it makes sense Markle may not want it released amid all the devastation taking place in the area. So the Duchess showed her appreciation for the streamer in her own statement, writing, "I'm thankful to my partners at Netflix for supporting me and delaying the launch as we focus on the needs of those impacted by the wildfires in my home state of California." So TMZ shared pictures just yesterday featuring Meghan and her husband Prince Harry surveying the damage caused by the Eaton wildfire in West LA. So the two appeared somber while walking through the area, speaking with local officials and walking through the area for a full 45 minutes. So the Palisades fire has burned more than 23,000 acres since first sparking Tuesday, one of several fires still burning in the area. 40,000 acres have been burned in total and at least 16 people have died. Okay, so with Love, Meghan will now premiere on March 4. Okay, so I really am glad that Meghan Markle is postponing all of this because I believe that the wildfires right now are way more important than a premiere of a reality show that is with Meghan Markle, because let's be realistic here. I do believe that Meghan Markle's life is really interesting, don't get me wrong, because of course she's part of the royal family and she's gone through it all. But I believe that these wildfires that are going on are way more important because it's about the lives of the people that got taken away, and it's about the lives of the people that got injured, and also about the lives of the poor people that got their own homes taken away due to these stupid wildfires. And you know, these firefighters are doing the best they can to get rid of these fires, and you know, they themselves, I'm pretty sure, are already feeling all of the sensations and all of the horribleness of having to try to take out all of these horrible fires out in the Pacific Palisades and other areas of LA because of just how horrible these fires are. And I believe that we have not had such devastating wildfires, especially over in Los Angeles, and God knows how long. Because I mean, throughout these past few years, yes, we've had horrible wildfires, don't get me wrong, especially over in Malibu, but the wildfires were nowhere near as bad as the wildfires that we've been having lately over in Los Angeles. But the reason to why we're having horrible wildfires over in Los Angeles recently is because, unfortunately, to be realistic, we have not had an actual winter. Unfortunately, we've been having such a dry winter, and by that I mean we haven't had any rain, we haven't had any snow, we haven't had any real cold weather that will actually help us out. And you know, that right there is already attracting all of the wildfires. And let's be realistic, with these winds especially, that's even attracting the wildfires even more. And you know, those huge hills that are over in Malibu and Los Angeles especially, even in the San Fernando Valley especially, I mean, it's like literally a huge attraction to the wildfires. I believe that at this point, man, this is gonna have to get settled really well with the government, especially with the mayor of Los Angeles, Karen Bass, because this right here is not just a huge loss for the people, it's also a huge loss for the city of Los Angeles, because now with all of these wildfires going on and all of this destruction going on, nobody is going to want to live in Los Angeles anymore, because ain't nobody want to be risking their lives having to be living in a wildfire city, and nobody wants to be risking their lives having to be, facing these situations very often, especially. So that's another thing. And what I'm noticing is that a lot of people are bashing Karen Bass for all of the wildfires that are going on over in Los Angeles right now. And I really do agree with all of these people and bashing Karen Bass, because to be honest with you, yes, I understand that Karen Bass can only do so much because she is a human being. But Karen Bass, I believe, should have done more for the city throughout these past few days that the wildfires have been going on. I believe that she should have, called out more firefighters. She should have called out more help for LA in order for LA to get the help that they need. Especially because let's remember that I believe back in December or November, Karen Bass got to cut out all of the water funding for the firefighters that basically the firefighters need in order to get rid of all of the wildfires over in Los Angeles, which, by the way, has been causing so much controversy lately with so many of the people bashing her for that. And I believe that the reason to why Karen Bass ended up cutting out all of the funding is because I believe she was wanting to use the funding for something else, if I'm not mistaken. And I believe that that's really unfair, because Karen Bass in the first place should have known that LA is a wildfire city after all. And what even ticked me off even more, by the way, was when these wildfires were starting over in LA last week, Karen Bass got to fly all the way to Ghana to celebrate the inauguration of some president, which to me was very low and very ridiculous of her to be doing that, because I believe that that is nowhere near as important as having to assist a city that is in danger right now with so many wildfires. And when Karen Bass came back from Los Angeles, and I believe she was in the plane, if I'm not mistaken, she was being asked so many questions by some reporter if she felt bad about Los Angeles and why she didn't do anything about Los Angeles getting burned and this and that. And Karen Bass didn't say anything about it because Karen Bass knew that she really hasn't been helping out much with Los Angeles this whole entire time. So she really felt ashamed for all of that. And she basically, feels at this point, if I'm not mistaken, that she should as well resign from being the mayor of Los Angeles. And many people are already asking for Karen Bass to resign as mayor, in my personal opinion. I mean, I'm already seeing it on Twitter anyways, and I'm already seeing it on Instagram that so many people are asking her to resign. So there's that. So anyways, this is really insane, man. This is really insane. And so many events have gotten postponed because of the situation that's going on right now in Los Angeles. Yesterday, the Critics' Choice Awards were supposed to happen, but unfortunately, they got postponed until the 26th of this month because of the wildfires. And, as of now, the Grammys have not gotten postponed, but there might be some chances too that the Grammys are going to get postponed too if these wildfires continue throughout the next few weeks. Because right now the Grammys are scheduled to be on February the 2nd, which is only like 2.5 weeks from now. So anyways, my prayers go out to all of the people in LA. All right, now on to the next topic. Now let's talk about Mark Wahlberg. So Mark Wahlberg is back at it. Now kicking some serious butt while filming The Family Plan 2, and it looks like the action's about to hit next level. So in the clip, Mark's in full-on brawl mode on top of a double-decker bus with Kit Harington's character, who suddenly grabs Mark's on-screen wife, Michelle Monaghan, and it's game on. So Mark's hands are up, telling Kit to chill out as Michelle's held at knife point. Tension is thick until Mark pulls a move that frees Michelle right into his arms. Okay, so the cast was in full action mode while the iconic red bus cruised through central London as passers-by got an unexpected treat, spotting big-name stars in the middle of a Hollywood production. So Kit's character is still under wraps, but it looks like he's playing the villain in the sequel, which is about an ex-government operative forced to flee with his family after being attacked. So Anyways, this is pretty amazing that Mark Wahlberg is going to be starring in an action movie because I think that action movies are for Mark Wahlberg because Mark Wahlberg is such a great actor and he is just on it when it comes to these action movies, man. And he looks so freaking good, especially. So, I mean, who on earth does not want to see Mark Wahlberg, man? I think that he is going to be having a really good time filming this movie because first and foremost, this movie is being filmed over in London, and London is a very nice city anyways. And of course, I can imagine that he's going to be having a really good time being with these people that he's filming the movie with, which is even better for him. And last but not least, at least this movie is not being filmed over in Los Angeles where the wildfires are going on, or else that would have been bad because, I mean, then the movie would have to get postponed when it comes to production, unfortunately. So there's that. And I think that Mark Wahlberg, by the way, is, just on it this year when it comes to doing movies. He's on it, and I'm glad that he's on it because I believe that the fans deserve to see more Mark Wahlberg in the big screen after all. So there's also that, man. But, the more that he ages, the more that Mark Wahlberg still looks good. I have to be honest. The man, I believe, is already in like his late 40s or mid 40s, and yet again, he still looks so freaking good. Like, I think that the reason to why he still looks so freaking good is because he exercises a lot, he goes to the gym a lot, and this and that. And a healthy man really, really always looks good anyways. So there's also that. But anyways, this is really interesting, though, how all of a sudden we are finding out that Mark Wahlberg is going to be back in the big screen because I just thought that Mark Wahlberg was going to be taking a break for a little while because I know that Mark Wahlberg has been working so much and doing other movies anyways, like any other movie actor anyways, because I know that any other movie actor would be taking a break shortly after filming a lot of movies here and there. But I just feel like Mark Wahlberg is just all about filming movies and filming more movies and filming more movies, and hey, that's perfectly fine because I mean that's what he makes money off of anyways, and that's where he gets all of the press from anyway, so there's that. So anyways, I really do congratulate Mark Wahlberg on returning to the big screen. I believe that he is a successful actor anyways, and I wish him lots of luck on how this movie is going to be once it's out in theaters. All right, now on to the next topic. Now let's talk about Ben Affleck. So the FBI checked in on Ben Affleck over the weekend, and TMZ has images of agents at the actor's LA home, but he was not in any trouble with the law, TMZ has learned. Okay, so FBI agents along with LA County Sheriff deputies swooped down on the Brentwood neighborhood where Ben now lives after recently divorcing ex-wife Jennifer Lopez. Okay, so there are photos obtained by TMZ which show two FBI agents standing outside the gate of Ben's house and two sheriff deputies walking away from it. Okay, so TMZ was told that law enforcement officers were in the area investigating an incident in which a private drone collided with a firefighting aircraft, damaging it. The aircraft was helping the LAFD battle the wildfires that have so far claimed 24 lives and destroyed thousands of LA area homes. Okay, so it's unclear if FBI agents made contact with Ben, but we've reached out to his reps for comment. So far, no word back. So this is really insane that the FBI agents and the sheriff deputies were over in Ben Affleck's home, and it must have been very scary for Ben Affleck that these people were showing up at his door, but the reason to why they were showing up at his door was to make sure that Ben Affleck was doing perfectly fine, because unfortunately this whole entire drone situation was very serious, because let's remember that the drone ended up colliding and it crashed with something. And when it comes to situations like that, of course it can cause something very serious. I mean, a fire can happen, a huge destruction can happen, especially over at a neighborhood, especially over at Ben Affleck's house. And by the way, I am pretty surprised that this drone was going around in this neighborhood because, I mean, this drone, I believe, sounds very suspicious to me, if I'm not mistaken, because, I mean, when we're talking about drones, we're talking about aliens, we're talking about some weird ass crap. And I don't know, call me crazy, but I'm just thinking that this drone should have never been there in the first place, and there should have just been zero people, zero things up in the sky, especially nowadays that these wildfires are going on over in Los Angeles. And you know, I do believe for a fact that it's actually very surprising and it's very weird at the same time that Ben Affleck's home and the rest of the neighborhood where Ben Affleck lives is perfectly fine right now, despite all of the wildfires that are going on over in Los Angeles, because that area of Brentwood where Ben Affleck lives and where Ben Affleck's neighborhood is at is like right by the Pacific Palisades, if I'm not mistaken. So anyways, I do believe that it's also very thoughtful that the FBI agents and the sheriff deputies, of course, were going around throughout the whole entire neighborhood just to make sure that everyone else was perfectly fine after this whole entire drone collide went on. And I do also personally believe that the reason to why the FBI and the sheriffs were going around the neighborhood as well and Ben Affleck's house as well is because they wanted to make sure that everybody in the neighborhood is perfectly safe after these horrible wildfires have been going on over in Los Angeles. So there's also that. So anyways, Ben Affleck, I hope you stay safe, and I really hope that the rest of the people in that neighborhood stay safe as well. All right, my prayers go out to all of them. Now on to the next topic. Now let's talk about Elon Musk. Okay, so California Governor Gavin Newsom just called out Elon Musk, accusing him of exposing his own lies about a water shortage amid the LA wildfires, saying it all went down during Elon's own live-streamed briefing with the Fire Command member. So Musk initially went off on X, blaming the massive loss of homes in the LA wildfires on bad governance at a state and local level that resulted in a shortage of water, but Newsom shared a clip of Musk talking to a firefighter, captioning it, "At Elon Musk exposed by firefighters for his own lies," unquote. Okay, so Newsom's clip shows Musk asking a firefighter, what about water availability? Was water availability, I understand that was not an issue in Malibu, is that correct? End quote. Okay, so the firefighter explained there was plenty of water, but fighting large fires requires massive flow rates, so they brought in water trucks to use as mobile hydrants to keep up. Okay, so Musk pressed further, asking in Malibu along the coast, there was no shortage of water in the Palisades, there was a shortage of water at a certain point, or is that not accurate? Okay, so the firefighter clarified, well, we were flowing an amount of water that the system couldn't, it was overbearing just because of how much water these firefighters were utilizing. So after slamming the wildfire response, the world's richest man visited LA's Pacific Palisades Sunday, rolling out donated separate trucks as power hubs and battery banks amid the chaos, equipped with Starlink to provide free internet. So this is really insane, man, that this is going on. I do believe that Elon Musk is basically just going off bashing Gavin Newsom for all of the stupid stuff that is going on right now over in California. And by stupid stuff, I mean horrific stuff. I think that Elon Musk should just keep his own damn mouth shut, and he should just mind his own damn business at this point, because he at this point is just making himself look like a damn clown. Because I do believe that, yes, we must speak out when it comes to situations like these, like the wildfires that are going on over in California. But I believe that with Elon Musk, I believe that the only thing that he does in order to open his mouth is to be attacking people and to be attacking the people that are opposing his views politically. Like, he is just like Donald Trump, which is the reason to why, by the way, that he is over here supporting Donald Trump and he's over here all friends with Donald Trump. Now, I do think that Elon, in my personal opinion, too, should just, go off to a different country. He should go to Australia. He should go off to the United Kingdom. He should go off to somewhere else where he is more in peace with himself if he's really not that happy with how things are here in America. Because, I mean, the man is a billionaire after all. I mean, he has all of the money of the world to be moving to another country anyways. There's that. And Also, I believe that Elon Musk, I believe, is somebody that isn't even really close to Gavin Newsom in the first place. So, I mean, how on earth does he even know what Gavin Newsom is doing and what Gavin Newsom is planning on doing, anyways? I mean, I believe that the only thing that he should be doing is he should be saying all of the things that Trump has been doing because he's been so close to Trump than anybody else. So, hey, and with Gavin Newsom, I mean, I believe he even barely knows the guy, and yeah. Now, I do have to say, though, that Gavin Newsom, of course, has made his mistakes, of course. I mean, as a governor, just like everybody else. But in this case, I do believe that Gavin Newsom is, trying to do his best to, call out, firefighters, call out all of the people out there to help Los Angeles and to protect Los Angeles, because that's the only thing that I've heard from Gavin Newsom so far, I mean, unlike Karen Bass, I mean, call me wrong, call me incorrect for saying all of this, but that's what I think because I haven't heard anything bad from Gavin Newsom after all, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, Gavin Newsom has even talked about how bad it has been over in Los Angeles, having to get affected by all of the wildfires. He has been calling out a bunch of the people that have been caring less about the wildfires. He has been, all about the situation, man. He is not the person that cut out funds for the water for the firefighters. He's not the one that has been negligent like Karen Bass has. So there's also that. So we have to be starting looking things at a positive way. And we need to stop focusing so much on Elon Musk, especially because that man just wants attention after all for all of the things that he says about Gavin Newsom and all of the things that he says about the government and all of the things that he says about everything else. He does not want anything important for himself anyways. So there's also that. I mean, we're talking about the same guy that, by the way, is over here building these freaking Teslas that, by the way, look really shitty and that look really defective after all, and that have caused so many issues after all. I mean, I'm not trying to say that all Teslas are bad, but I'm trying to say that, some Teslas are just not that good. But anyways, Elon Musk, please keep your mouth shut, and that is all I have to say, okay? But anyways, on to the next topic. Now let's talk about Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Bad Bunny. So Bad Bunny has some powerful politicians in his corner as he continues to celebrate the launch of his new album, rubbing shoulders with the likes of Rep. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Rep. Nydia Velázquez. So the Puerto Rican performer was cheered on by AOC and several others as he brought a parranda to a local hotspot, Tonitas, in Brooklyn Sunday evening. Okay, so Bad Bunny danced and mingled with the local Brooklynites at the club with the U.S. Congresswoman from New York mere feet away doing the exact same, proving it was all one hell of a party. Okay, so as TMZ mentioned, Rep. Velázquez also made an appearance at Tonitas, a Puerto Rican social club with a lengthy history in the area, throwing up a backward peace sign with AOC as they gleefully posed for a picture amid the celebration. Alright, so the bash came ahead of Bad Bunny's Monday appearance on Jimmy Fallon's The Tonight Show, where he's set to co-host and perform, continuing his non-stop promotion of his new album. Okay, so in fact, prior to his big night in Brooklyn, Bad Bunny held a wild album listening party for fans in his native Puerto Rico, which is a big inspo for the sixth studio album. Okay, so the rapper has also made a number of appearances on Puerto Rican news outlets, and given the album has been described as a love letter to the Caribbean island, that all makes sense. Okay, so this is really amazing that Bad Bunny is catching the likes of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Nydia Velázquez, because I believe that when you are catching the likes of people that are from Congress, you are actually a big winner, because these people from Congress, man, are very picky. They are just about themselves, and also they are very serious. And especially when you are having somebody like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez jam to your music and having a really good time and this and that, man. I mean, I can imagine that so many people are already criticizing Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Nydia Velázquez for having a really good time. But here's the thing, though. They have the right to have a really good time after all, because at the end of the day, they are human beings, and they have been dealing with so much over in Congress anyways. And I believe that so many people are already going going after the both of them because they're not talking about the wildfires. They're not here for the wildfires here in California and this and that. And then a lot of the people that oppose them in Congress and over at the White House in general are also saying so many bad things about them as well. But hey, it's really easy for these people to go after them, but it's not easy for these people to understand, like I said, that at the end of the day, they are human beings that deserve to have a little fun here and there. So anyways, I think that, hey, I do think that yes, despite all of the wildfires that are going on, I mean, people need to escape at least for a little bit and focus on having a really good time anyways, especially over in Brooklyn, because I mean, over in Brooklyn, a lot of shit goes down anyways, hello. And, I mean, a lot of people love to jam to Bad Bunny anyways, because I mean, Bad Bunny is the moment right now when it comes to music anyways, so hey. So, I don't know, man. It's just so chaotic though, just all of the comments that I'm sure these two are already receiving on social media, and a lot of hateful comments and this and that, and I'm sure that a lot of people are already asking the both of them to resign from Congress and to resign from office because they're having a really good time and they're not focused on what's supposed to be focused on and blah blah blah. I mean, it's just so easy for them to be doing all of that. But they should actually put themselves in their shoes, because I'm sure that if these people that are opposing and that are going after Alexandria and Nydia Velázquez are, in Congress, and they are, wanting to enjoy themselves at least for 5 minutes, then I'm sure that they would do it anyways. So, hey, they should put themselves in their shoes. They should put themselves in their shoes, and that is all I have to say. Okay? Please don't hate. Please don't hate. That's all I have to say. But anyways, that is it for today's show, ladies and gentlemen. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's episode of The Jose Show. Till next time, and peace.